Hello, guys. It's Shane Davis, 20-year comic book veteran. I'm here with none of beautiful, lovely. Sometimes she will make me a sandwich, Yanzi Lynn.
Hi.
And today is the day we're here to talk a little bit about decimated DC, as pretty much everybody in the DC universe except Batman is bi. So here we go. This has been a thing. This is the new trending thing. Now, comics, we talk about it on this here channel. Please look down below. Give me that like, subscribe, hit that bell for notification, because you know what? Fuck Ron Mars. Anyways, so comics usually chases trends. And it's because, believe it or not, comics, it's not exactly creative. Now you think, like, what are you talking about? The best in the business are working in comics, Shane. The most innovative ideas are coming on 22 pieces of paper stapled together, sent to a comic shop monthly. No, they're not. Oftentimes in comics, in my 20 years working in comics, I will see people doing like, oh, we need to kill a Marvel famously announced to their shareholders one year that they were going to kill a character off every quarter to spike sales. It's just one of those things. You do it once, you get a good response. You do it again. And DC Comics is on this trend of, I think it first happened with Tim Drake, right? And then it went to Superman, Jonathan
technically,
Kent.
Superboy. We should just say Superboy before people get confused about the whole, Clark Kent is bi. No, it's his son.
Right. Well, they want to call him Superman, though. So, but this is a thing. So we're going to go down through. Well, no, it was Harley Quinn and Poison Ivy, which wasn't really news, but DC wanted to pretend it was new. So basically, they're taking every character they can get their hands on, except Batman, and make them bi. I think Catwoman's bi now too.
I think it is. I don't know. I think it's a sign of the times, because after all, in the past, 2 or 3 years, it's become really trendy to say that you're non-binary. And people, I guess the term non-binary is just not that common outside of Western civilization, I would like to say. So they probably have to use the term bisexual because it's a bit more commonly understood. So then they say, oh, this character is bisexual. Then you understand, so they are basically, they have non-binary differences.
But bisexual is also one of those things that's kind of straddling a fence. And look, you can't really prove somebody's bisexual or not bisexual. If they say they're bisexual, they're bisexual. Okay, like they could just be in a heterosexual relationship, and it's just socially acceptable and gets a lot of clicks. If you say, "Hey, guess what, guys? I'm bisexual," it doesn't mean you are. Doesn't mean you're practicing a bisexual relationship or anything like that. But what is interesting here is this label being thrown around on a lot of DC characters right now. And one of them is by T. Franklin, which we've talked about before on this channel. She has a lot of boxes checked in her creative status. A lot of people really want to be on her good side. And why not? Now,
let me just quickly read you her checkboxes here. So she announces this Black, queer, disabled, autistic sex worker. So that's 5 checkboxes. Has wanted to write Vixen for 4 years, and now I wrote 2 Vixen stories available in stores this month.
Isn't it weird that your checkboxes like predate, like they're there before your working experience?
Yeah, you should be announcing, there are 2 new Vixen stories in store this month by me, and not, me. I made these stories.
You remember the good old days when people go, "Hello, my name is that." Instead, it's like, "Hello, my checkboxes are," like, what's going on? Upside down world.
So this is in the Harley Quinn It Bang Kill tour. It's based on the animated series, and this is one of the panels here. I am seeing a big self-insert here. Do you see a self-insert? I see a black woman, obviously queer and disabled. So that's already sharing 3 boxes, same as her.
Right. And there's nothing wrong with that, to self-insert yourself. But what is wrong, if we'll scroll down, is when you're only self-inserting yourself to have a superhero channel a giraffe to eat that cat.
Wow.
Now,
that's a nice way of putting it.
All right. I mean, you're a woman. Is a giraffe tongue attractive?
Well, T. Franklin went on to actually tweet about it and said, "Vixen eating beep with a giraffe tongue. You a deal." It was a good joke. But we even got a biologist and a former zookeeper on the case who told us, that's Rich Johnson saying, I used to be a zookeeper. Giraffe tongues are really nice, kind of like moist velvet. If you want to get sloppy, I recommend a rhino's tongue.
Right.
All right, sure. So we are talking about having really great eating abilities, I would say.
Well,
But
okay. And I'm
hang
gonna
on,
touch
hey,
on this for a
wait,
little
honey,
bit.
wait. Stop. This is an abuse of power, isn't it? She's using her superhero powers for her personal advantages.
So I've
Isn't that a
worked
big
at DC
no-no?
Comics for a long ass time. I've actually drawn Vixen in Justice League before with Brad Meltzer. And I've actually done some artwork of Vixen that was for merchandise, believe it or not. So I know the character. I've drawn the character. The character's abilities are to channel the powers of any animal. Now, she doesn't transform into the animal. There's usually like a type of hologram type power thing behind her, which I'm actually confused if anybody else can see that or if it's just there for the reader to see. Nobody's ever explained that to me. So I don't even know if anybody else sees like she's channeling a giraffe behind her. That giraffe is slopping that tongue out right in front of her. I have no idea, or if that's just there for the reader. But what's important here is, and everybody's overlooking at the direct, I don't know, what would you call it, filth that's in DC Comics right now is the bestiality.
Oh,
I mean, nobody's
yikes.
talking about that. Nobody's criticizing that this is working its way into a comic book. Now, somebody's going to say, well, technically, Shane, that's not happening. It kind of is in a third party sense. It kind of is. This is, I think, like sometimes jokes can go off the rails, and I don't think this will age well. I don't think looking back, anybody's going to say, you remember that time that Vixen used her superpowers for bedroom pleasures? I mean, basically, she could, I don't know, channel any animal in the animal kingdom for sexual purposes here. Now, I'm not going to indulge in this behavior and this filth. I'm just going to criticize it. I'm going to call it like I sees it. This shouldn't be
But
in
T. Franklin
comics.
is probably going to call you a bigot over this, though. So she's like, don't worry, homophobes. Vixen still peeps, man. I made sure to write a story so you won't feel left out. Pick up "'Tis the Season to be Freezing" for all your straight Vixen needs. Well, I mean, that's the whole point of being a bisexual, right? You play both sides of the field.
Right.
Isn't that? I'm probably paraphrasing Woody Allen here, but did he say that basically if you're bisexual, you double your chances on at the bar or something?
Yeah,
So
it's
I'm
like you're
starting to think
casting the widest net.
I'm starting to think that might be what DC is trying to do. They want to say, oh, we want to make sure our characters appeal to everybody. So
You
to do
think
that, we have to make
like
sure that they are bi.
You think though this is more of like a fantasy perversion, you know how like people have like fantasy comic books about fictional characters or whatever. Like maybe DC Comics thinks everybody wants to have sex with our superheroes. Like let's make sure our superheroes are able to sleep with everybody, not just half the demographic.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, that is the whole point of fan fiction, but I guess fan fiction writers have graduated working for DC now, which is not surprising given the rate that they're paying the writers. So why not? That must be a new thing.
Right, right. So this is the levels of filth DC Comics has stooped down to. Like this is a thing. Now should every comic book superheroes thing be about how do their superpowers turn into sexual misbehaviors? No. What I do take issue with is Franklin later on pretends that she's the only person that's pushing Vixen to the forefront. She goes on a little bit of rant about that, right?
Yeah, she basically said, she wrote two Vixen stories, blah, blah, blah. And she also had her attention from Jordan Blue, which is the co-creator of the MODOK TV show. And she's like, uh, I guess Jordan Bloom also kind of instigated it by saying, "Congrats on her," which is Franklin, bringing her Vixen to a whole new audience. So if you turn someone bisexual, you bring them to a whole new audience. So let me get this straight. So you can only be interested in the character if they're someone that you can have sexual relationships with. You can't just like a character just because of who they are. You have to like them because you can sleep with them, because that's what it seems to boil down to now.
Right. Story, interesting adventures, character growth, any of that stuff doesn't matter. It's just a matter, can I sleep with this fictional character? That's all I need. It's lazy. It's I don't understand. I do take issue with a lot of this because DC Comics went through a lot of great measures to make Vixen part of the Justice League, to push her up front next to Superman, Batman, and Wonder Woman, and running shots at the viewer every month, selling like 200,000 copies of this book. I mean, it was Brad Meltzer's run on Justice League was huge. I take issue with people forgetting and pretending that they're the ones that are trying to bring this character to the front of the line. That you're not. You know, I mean, you don't even have to look back that far, like 10, 15 years. I mean, yes, that's a long time, but like, I mean, people before you have tried to get Vixen to be a big part of the Justice League, to put, you know, them on the top selling book at DC Comics, for God's sakes. I mean, but anyways, guys, look down below. Let us know what you think about this. Also, want to point out Inglorious Rex has moved on up to 200, crossed 240, and going on up to 241,156. This is a campaign that will not stop moving. I will leave you guys with the trailer. Also, please hit like, subscribe, ring the bell for notifications, guys. Please, I would love to have your subscription to this here channel in the new year, and I will catch you guys again with another video.
I'ma show the whole world who I am. Boom, boom, boom. Major look, huh? Yeah, this one is for the books. All these chances I took still, I move straight on these rooks now. Hold me up or hold me down, have my back or hold my crown. Either you with me or not, but you better give all you got, cause I break this game.